Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Slow News Day Live Morning Edition. My name is Steve Boykin, and I'm coming to you from the middle of goddamn nowhere, and happy for it. We have a wonderful show today. I have not spoken to this morning's guest in far too long. I miss his face. He's my heterosexual man crush, Gordon Dimmack, all the way from the United Kingdom, will be with us in about 27 minutes. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to catch up on. Always a fascinating time hanging out with Mr. Dimmack. It is the 10th anniversary of Occupy Chicago. There's lots of supply chain silliness going around. Let me do this thing. The show, of course, is sponsored by Matrix Bars. Matrix Bars are 3.5 grams of psilocybin mushrooms in a very yummy bar of chocolate in one of 3 flavors, including strawberries and cream, which I normally hate, but damned if it's not good. I'm not sure how they do it. It's probably witchcraft. But however it works out, very, very delightfully yummy. You can get a hold of them by scanning that QR code in the top left-hand corner of the screen there, or you can DM them on Twitter and Instagram at MATRIXGENETIX. Go down the rabbit hole. Feed your motherfucking head. Matrix Bars. The show is entirely viewer supported. We have a GoFundMe out. The link is in the description for the shows. It is also in my pinned tweet. Other than that, PayPal and Cash App are at SlowNewsDayShow. Been getting kind of fucked around. Like, it's been difficult with GoFundMe. I'm not even sure why. I really don't know why. I really don't. But it's been difficult. In the meantime, yeah, PayPal and the Cash App. You buy Sleepy Josh a coffee. Buymeacoffee.com/Bort. We have a lot of really cool guests lined up for this show. We've got some incredible guests lined up for the Slow News Day Sundays as well. I've got a new podcast that I'll be debuting first week of October. Very excited to talk about that. We're going to have t-shirts available for pre-order this weekend. So lots of good stuff coming up. If you want to see it continue, and you can, throw a couple bucks at the show. If you can't, share the links around, share the show around, and at least tell all your friends and even people you don't like about us. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's the whole Rockfin thing. You can absolutely endorse the channel on the Rockfin. It's $9.99 a month to get all the paywall content on the platform. Wonderful content creators from every conceivable genre, including the guy who just walked down the stairs over there, Benjamin Balderson. He's on the Rockfin now. He is. And go check out Odin's Alchemy if you haven't. Make sure you do that. Sleepy, I threw you a couple of clips yesterday. Can we well, I threw you one this morning, but can we roll the absolutely bloated thing from the Bank of International Settlements? I'm just talking to me. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and pull up a different.
Oh, sorry. I was muted on here. The The only one I have is the one you sent last night. I don't have any other ones from this morning. I don't see it.
Okay.
Shoot it to me.
There, I threw I threw a video of Klaus Schwab in the element, but I don't know.
Oh, I just thought that was a picture of one.
Oh no. But
that's just a picture. It's not a video.
It was a video in Telegram.
It's not in here. It just showed up as a picture.
Okay. That's my bad. I'll fix that. I don't even know where that went now. Hey, right. Can we please pull up the the giant evil bloated fucking punchable?
Yeah, give me a second.
Like expanded penny off.
Nah, he doesn't got the short eyes. He's just large.
Our analysis on CBDC,
no, he did a little fall welly
for the use of.
All right, do you want to set this up? Who the hell is this guy?
Oh, sorry about that. So, this is the head of the Bank for International Settlements. This is like the central bank of central banks, the Bank of International Settlements, and he's talking about. Well, if you guys are familiar at all with what Catherine Austin Fitts has been encouraging, use cash, don't use credit, don't use digital currency, all that kind of shit. He's saying the opposite of that. He's saying that the central bank of central banks, the capo of fucking banking criminals, is saying we've got to get rid of cash. So here's this fat fuck saying just that. And if you want to at home, play count the chin wiggle.
Our analysis on CBDC, in particular for the use of general use, we tend to establish the equivalence with cash, and there is a huge difference there. For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. And also we will have the technology to enforce that. Those two issues are extremely important, and that makes a huge difference with respect to what cash is.
The central bank will have absolute control of the currency and the technology to enforce it. Word? Sounds like a good time to employ counter economics and opt out of that whole central bank run thing entirely. Bleed these bastards dry. Go on economic warfare. Hell yeah. Do that thing. Do that. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. We really do. I fucking oddly enough, I'm gonna announce a couple of upcoming guests that I'm a little surprised myself, you guys. I am. But so this weekend, mentioned this a couple of times now. We've got Kit Clarenberg and possibly one of the other editorial staff of the Off Guardian. And pull up the calendar here. Let's see. Next Thursday, Adam Kokesh will be on in the evening for what will be our final Slow News Day Thursday interview. So it'll be great to talk to Adam. That morning, Black in the Empire is going to be on with us. That'll be kick-ass. And then October 3rd, we have a guest for each hour. I'm going to be talking oh goddamn, I'm gonna fuck up Amanda's last name and I'm gonna feel like an idiot, and I'm just not even gonna try. But Amanda from the Psilocybin Academy is gonna be with us in hour 2, and then in hour 1, one Max Blumenthal from an outlet called the Gray Zone was gonna sit down with us. First week of October, Danny Haifong gonna be on the show. We're gonna sit down with Danny Haifong.
I want to jump in real quick. Like we had him on Bitch recently, and like I disagree with that guy on so much shit, but it actually ended up being a really good conversation. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I
See,
mean,
you can disagree with people and have conversations. It's fucking amazing.
Yes, I do it all the time. I do frequently. Although sometimes, I especially if I've been broadcasting since 7:30 that morning, and then all of a sudden find that I'm still on the air and it's 11:45, and it's just a heap of bullshit. I find myself, rather than pushing back, falling asleep.
And then you kill all our recordings, fucker.
Talking about I'm fucking John Brisson and me did this on the show. Okay, got you.
Is this the last night thing?
Right. Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah. Jesus, dude. Yeah,
I did. I fucking fell right the fuck out. I told you I was going to.
People were big mad in the chat too.
Sorry guys. Sorry, my bad. But no, and that's absolutely right, Steve Cutler. I'm down to I'm down to talk to anybody. We haven't had like a full-throated like China cheerleader on the show yet, so that'll be interesting. I'm definitely interested in that. and I mean, we're not the show that's trying to make everybody scared of China. We're not the show that's telling you that the Chinese Communist Party is coming for your soul. That's not happening here. It's not.
I mean, I don't have a whole lot of love for that government, but they sure pulled a lot more people out of poverty than we have.
Look, dude, fuck authoritarians, no matter what shape of hat they have on. That's going to be consistent across the board. If you're an authoritarian government,
at least they're smart enough to feed their goddamn people so they don't fucking rise up against them. We haven't figured that one out yet.
Well, yeah, because they lock up all the ones that say anything about how much people are allowed to eat.
Hey,
they lock up all the ones that go, hey, man, my social credit score shouldn't determine how many times a week I eat meat.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying.
No, I mean, yeah. Well,
they do something far better than we do.
That's why it requires nuance. I mean, I did open this little bit here with saying we're not the show that scaremongers on China. I'm not, and again, I have no intention of trying to scaremonger people on China. There's some serious shit that's going on geopolitically, and inarguably, people are pushing for the neocons are hot for a Cold War with China.
Man, they would love to lose they would love to lose a war against China.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't even understand what the war hawkness is about. Like, we've sent all our fucking manufacturing over there. Like, what do they think's going to happen if we go to war? We're suddenly out of products, and we haven't had factories to build that shit in 20 fucking years. We're fucked.
At least.
Like, I don't understand.
At least. So I think the thinking is, it's never actually going to happen.
Oh, hell no. They know they lose.
And I mean, one more time?
I said they know they lose. Like, you're not going to win a land war in China, dude. You ain't gonna drone them to death
That's
either.
hilarious.
They got drones too.
Sorry, I was answering your question in the chat. No, it's a different kit. It is. It is. I said the last name wrong. I'm sorry. My fault.
Oh, okay. Good deal.
Yeah.
I was concerned.
No. Did you know that chick's getting married or got married? Did you know that?
Good for her.
Like in like Czechoslovakia or some shit. I'm not even kidding.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not, dude. I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody from that whole fucking scene in 6 months or whatever. But yeah,
Well,
somebody hit me up and was like, "Hey, yeah, stone one."
Nah, petrified shit.
Wow, dude, that's just wild. So while we're on like making, we don't scaremonger on China. I'm going to show you what happens when people do, and we can talk about the absolute lunacy of this and how asymmetrical it would be if the United States were trying to engage in a hot war, a direct war with China. But wow. Air Force official, China might strike from space. As Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall has said before, his priorities are China, and China.
Did the marmot make us go back to the 80s? What the fuck?
China.
Oh wait,
China.
That would be Russia. My bad. Jesus Christ.
China.
This is straight up like
we did
Russia
that.
Cold War shit.
We did that. And do you remember there was like a thing where in the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, they introduced a character arc of like evil communist, super badass martial arts guy.
Sounds about right.
Dude, just so.
God, those movies are terrible.
The 80s, late 80s, early 90s, the war propaganda in there is just hilarious. His keynote address, again, this is Air Force Secretary Frank Kendall at the Air Force Association Air, Space, and Cyber Conference, continued that trend, talking up the possibility of space warfare against China. Kendall warned that China has the potential to actually put weapons in space. Not that we aren't or don't have a space force or haven't had a space missile defense system since 1984. None of that has happened. But we need to throw trillions of dollars into space war because China might. This is where we're coming from. This is the paranoia and the culture inside the military-industrial complex. This is almost a perfect tailor-made talking point for the U.S. military, as it facilitates potentially endless spending on space warfare simply to counter what China might do. Wow, that's kind of what I just said too. I don't read this shit. Sometimes I do. I was running late, and let's be honest. Everybody in the news game can cheat by going to antiwar.com in the morning. Going, fuck, I need one more story. Thanks, antiwar.com. Let's listen to a paranoid Air Force fucking secretary ramble about asymmetrical warfare.
What they might do. There's never any there's indications they're gonna do this. No, they might do it. Like, what the fuck, dude? That's not. Jesus Christ.
and let's not, like, this is 21st century warfare. Sleepy, this is the Bush doctrine. Preemptive warfare. We've got to nuke space before the Chinese do. You know, if we don't build the space force, we can't build the space wall to keep out the space Mexicans.
Yeah, pretty much.
We can't fight off space ISIS if we don't send up space special forces and space Halliburton. You know, we've got to do this for God and country. We need to put a planet-killing weapon in space and aim it at China in case they get uppity to protect humanity. We must have the ability to destroy the planet from space. It's the only way to save it. This is not the George Bush doctrine. It's the General Westmoreland doctrine, just for the entire fucking planet. Neat. Let me go back to this article, though. This was the whole justification for the U.S. Space Force and its appetite for wildly expensive weapons of systems of dubious use in the first place. Goddamn right, author of this article. Space Operations Chief John Raymond has been talking up the growing capabilities of China to deny America access to space, vowing we can't let that happen. Chinese, hey, John Raymond has a point. Chinese, historically, hundreds and hundreds of years ahead of us in terms of getting up their wall. So if the Chinese put up the space wall, well, I agree, Space Operations Chief General John Raymond, we can't let that happen. We can't let China put up the great space wall. That's just, I mean, I'm ready to go to war over that. I don't know about you.
These people want.
It's not clear why the U.S. military, huh?
These people want everyone dead.
Everyone. The eugenicists and fucking genocidal maniacs run.
Where the fuck they think they're gonna go if like there's like nuclear winter? Like where the fuck are they gonna go? You ain't gonna live in a bunker. You're gonna have no food. You're gonna have no water. Like what the fuck? I don't get it, dude. These people are stupid.
So I love this part because this is one of the reasons I love antiwar.com, because you really, after reading all of that kind of incoherence, you can only close with, it's not clear why the U.S. military is so convinced China wants to either fight America in space or try to deny them access to space. Either way, the officials agree that the answer is expensive preparedness and amassing weapons for this presumptive battle. As with the Cold War, this could go on more or less forever, or until one side just runs out of money. And because the U.S. just prints up this imaginary money, like we fucking, just, hey, we need $5 trillion to give to the 0.01%. Once again, it's the 10th anniversary of Occupy Chicago. You got to give trillions of dollars to the 0.1%. We're going to print $26 trillion since August of 2019.
I mean, dude, I'm not sure how they plan on doing that if like every single fucking microchip is made in fucking Asia. Like, I don't know. Like, it would take 15 years to build a foundry here to be able to make our own chips because we outsourced everything. Like, you ain't gonna win a war with fucking stones, dude.
Jimmy Jean said some, like, a lot of bullshit. He just, I mean, the fuck is multiple front end loaders full of bullshit. It was, entertaining for the first little bit for sure. But one thing that he did say that was right, even though he didn't know why and he didn't have the right reason for it, was that Taiwan is going to become a significant focus going forward in terms of U.S., fear mongering, in terms of a strategical sort of flashpoint, because Taiwan accounts for 65% of all silicon chips. The two semiconductor plants.
People don't realize how big TSMC is. That's like a giant fucking foundry. And there's no one that can compete in the world.
For TSMC alone accounts for like 45%.
Oh, it's more than that. It's
Of
more
all
than that now.
chips manufactured. Well, there's two spots in just one city in Taiwan, one province, that account for 65% of all microchips that are produced, and that's
All right,
just
we got Gordon.
Taiwan in general. I see. I'm going to welcome him in here in just a moment. Taiwan in general accounts for almost 3/4 of all of those chips. 75% of everything that runs on a microchip, those microchips come out of Taiwan. If you don't think that tiny little nation isn't going to become, or isn't already, of mass geopolitical strategic importance, I don't know. Gone from the show for far too long. One of my absolute favorite people in independent media and in the entire world, the one and only Gordon Dimmack. Welcome back to the show, my friend. It is very good to see you. I missed your face, buddy. I did.
From now on, Steve, can you do all of my introductions? Just do them all. Because that was just so nice. Thank you, man. You love you too. Thank you.
Good to see you, Gordon.
Good to see you too, Josh. Well, hear you.
So, how have you been, my friend? It has been a while, and the world is now a totalitarian shit show. Not that it wasn't headed there the last time that we hung out, but the Five Eyes countries, Gordon in particular, have just, while they're making everyone walk around with a mask, their mask is fully off, and we are seeing almost this sort of Borg-like reptilian fucking horrific almost face of what lies underneath. I may have gotten a little high before the show this morning.
It's okay, mate. You weren't the only one. I will say it's really interesting watching, like you say, the Five Eyes nations at the moment. It's really interesting watching them, because these are the people that historically have been pointing the fingers everywhere else, saying, look at how their shit is stinking. Look at how authoritarian they are. Look at how they don't have free speech over there. Dude, I had to go to China to get free speech. I had to go to TikTok. Google and everything shut me down. It's just so funny watching them, and like you say, it's it's like the unmasking of just the whole revoltingness of it all. And it seems, at least from the pictures I've been seeing, that people are really upset. And what a surprise!
There we go. So how's TikTok?
TikTok's brilliant. It's fantastic. It's going well. We'll see. Touch wood. But it's going okay so far.
All right, man. All right, that's crazy. It is. We on a whim on Monday night, because Project Veritas was releasing their whistleblower video, and maybe this might even be a good time to just continue the rest of the conversation over on the Rockfin. I'm pretty sure we got more people watching on Rockfin than YouTube anyway. So we might as well do that. Right about the same. So we might as well do that. And then we can just get into everything. By the way, Daniel Fowler, thank you for the Super Ray. Much appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and grab the link here, drop it in the YouTube chat. And if you're watching over on the YouTube, just give the link a click. You don't have to have a Rockfin account to watch this live stream. If you want to participate in the chat, you can make a free account. If you love what we do and you want to support the show, you can endorse the channel for $9.99 a month. You can get access to all of the premium content on the network, including everything that this gentleman right here has, Gordon Dimmack. He's over on the Rockfin too. I
will say this, Steve. Sorry, thank you for mentioning that. I haven't been putting much stuff on Rockfin. I've been concentrating on these short 3-minute videos. over the last couple of months. But I also do podcasts, of which you've been on a couple of times, and I haven't done much of those in the last couple of months. And I know a lot of people who follow me have asked. Okay, well, nobody's asked, but just in case you were wondering, yeah, I'm bringing the podcast back. Hopefully, I'm going to get some guests on over the next few weeks, and that's where they're going to be. I'm just going to put it on Rockfin, and that's the only place I'm going to put them. I will release shorter videos, maybe from within the podcasts, and put them on my website, etc., and maybe even YouTube, the shorter videos. But the whole podcast, I've decided I'm going to put it on Rockfin, and we'll go from there. Yeah, and maybe just YouTube sucks. It sucks, and yeah, we'll go with Rockfin.
All right, I'm gonna kill the YouTube, Steve.
Sounds good. Sounds good. We'll see you over on the Rockfin, everybody.